Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, fellow baseball fans? Welcome to another episode of Extra Innings. We're down to the nitty gritty. I mean, we got some serious pennant races going on here. AL West is going down to the wire. Both wild cards is down to the wire. AL East is down to the wire, and you know. I know Atlanta's up 3-0 right now, but since they clinched that division, they kind of been on cruise control. The Dodgers are only let's see, the Dodgers are what? Let's see, the Braves have 54 losses, Dodgers have 50. So the Dodgers are only 3 games behind them in the loss column for the best record now. So the Braves got to get it back in gear. But we're going to get into that and much more. I got my usual man with me here, my man Dave, the showstopper. What's up, dog?
Joe, how are you? Great to see you, man.
Yeah. You know, I'm doing pretty good. Really busy day. Relying a lot of running around, but looking forward to doing this show. Like I said, we got a lot of races going. In particular, the AL West. It's just by happenstance, I'm rocking a old school Texas Rangers Nolan Ryan jersey tonight. So
look at you, Mr. Man, over there rocking Nolan Ryan.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, I'm not a Rangers fan or Astros fan or any of that stuff, but Nolan Ryan was a great player, and I kind of figured I'd wear it in honor of you, considering that you've been calling for the Rangers to win that AL West the last few weeks.
I definitely have. But let's put this in perspective, Joe. The wild card's hot. Congratulations to the Orioles who clinched the other day. I'm happy for them. Yeah. The Dodgers clinched the West, Joe. I am loving this. Let's get in the East. Congrats to the Braves. They go in there. They're number one. We knew that was going to happen. We called that. So the wild card's hot. I'm hot. Let's go. Let's get it going, Joe. I'm ready.
Yes. So speaking of the Braves clinching at Citizens Bank Park, by the way, I heard on the sports talk, some people had a problem with saying congratulations to the Braves. I got to be honest with you. I'm all for it. I think it's good sportsmanship. I know it's probably anti-Philly of me to say that. But there's a reason I don't have a problem with it. Number one, hey, they deserve it. And number two, you know what? What better way to get your revenge than taking them out in the NLDS?
You know what? That's right, Joe. I totally agree with that. And I guarantee when they put that on that board, they were saying we'll see you in the playoffs. That was kind of like I think that was their reaction to that. Congrats, you won the East. It's yours. But when we get to the playoffs, we'll see what happens. A different story. But right now, exactly. I mean, the Phillies are what, 4 games up in that wild card spot right now? Is that correct on that?
Let me see here. I will tell you. Yes, 4 games up. Yeah, exactly right. The Phillies are 82-68. Diamondbacks are 79-72.
And I was saying this earlier. We're in the wild card. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I said the San Francisco Giants and the Arizona Diamondbacks. That is a huge series starting tonight. Because think about it, the Giants are 2 games behind in this wild card spot. Okay, so if the Giants were to take 2 out of 3 from Arizona, that would put them right back in the swing. I'm just saying.
Listen, I agree with you. Yeah, because I'm looking at the stand. Let's break down these National League wild card standings right here. Obviously, Philadelphia Phillies 82-68, 4-game lead.
Right.
I don't want to jinx us, but boring a catastrophe. The Phillies should, with what, 13 games left. I mean, the Phillies have 4 with the 10 of those 13 or whatever it is with the Mets and the Pirates. So, it would be a Maryland Chambers type choke job probably by the Phillies, dude.
It really would. I mean, you think about it. They still have to play the Mets, right?
Right.
And they have the Pirates too, right? And I believe, Mets, Pirates, and I believe if I'm missing, are the Nationals in there somewhere?
No, it's I believe it's tonight and tomorrow with the Braves, and then it's 4 with the Mets, and then it's Pirates and Mets.
Pirates and Mets. Okay, so I mean, I'm not saying the Mets would I mean, the Mets have our number for some reason. They've had luck against us in the past. So I don't know. I mean, I know they're 4 games up and they're still in it. I'm not saying they're not. Everything's going their way, but I mean, you lose 2 out of 3 to Atlanta. Who knows? But to me, the San Francisco Arizona, that's the one I'm watching. That's the key to me, because right now the Cubs they fall into the 3rd spot. So
right.
Those 2 teams are fighting. It's going to be a dogfight with those 2. I mean,
yeah, and to touch on your Mets theory, the Mets are only 70-80, but they're 6-4 in their last 10. And I'll tell you what, while it's on my brain, let's just go over. While it's on my brain here, I just want to touch on some of one rookie in particular, Cody Senga. I'm thinking rookie of the year in the National League. Rookie of the year in the National League is probably going to be Corbin Carroll.
Carroll, yeah, yep.
But Cody Senga is 11-7 with a 2.95 ERA. He's got 191 strikeouts and 155 innings pitched. So Cody Senga is really, if the Mets were playing a little better and he had a couple more wins, maybe you could make an argument that Cody Senga could possibly be rookie of the year if they had a better year.
That's a great point, Joe. That's so true. I mean, the kid's pitching out of his mind. So I don't know. It just maybe, who knows? But to me, this wild card's really got me stumped, Joe. It really does. I mean, between the Diamondbacks, the Cubs, the Reds, and the Marlins, everybody's in it. It's anybody's game at this point. I just don't know. But I love it because I love the competition, and I love it's going to be. And I said this before. National League East, we don't do too good against the National League East. Think about it. Look at what is the Phillies' record against the East? I bet you it's not very good. I'll be honest. I don't think it's very good at all.
No, you know what? It can't be. I mean, I don't know offhand. I don't have that in front of me, but I know we have a losing record against the Braves. I know the Marlins have won the season series against us. Like you said, the Mets, we always struggle with the Mets and the Nationals, and we haven't been as successful. Last year we beat the Nationals like almost every time. This year the Nationals took a couple series. So yeah, I think you're right. I don't think we have a great record versus the Nationals.
We don't, and we have to finish with the Mets. And you just said, and the who was it?
The Pirates.
Pirates. Well, we should know that, Joe. We were there. They took those 2 out of 3 up there. So
that's true.
I'm not counting anybody out yet. It's anybody's game for all point. That's all I'm saying.
Right, and I don't want to say it's a shoe-in either, but a 4-game lead with 13. I mean, you better not blow that.
I agree. I agree. Hello, Eileen. How are you doing?
Hi, Eileen. How you doing? Thanks for checking us out. By the way, it really is amazing. I don't know if in my life I've ever seen a guy come in and make such a great first impression and literally totally go to the shitter like Michael Lorenzen. Michael Lorenzen's first 2 starts in Philly against the Marlins, 8 I think it was 8 innings of 1-run ball. Then he throws a no-hitter. Literally every other time out, he's gotten shelled. Now tonight they bring him in the bullpen. He immediately had bases loaded, nobody out. He gets 1 out. Now it went from 3-0 to 6-0.
Wow.
And they're still second and third with nobody out. This game, the Braves have totally blown this game open.
Well, maybe Detroit saw something that knew something that we didn't know, Joe. How's that?
I mean, I don't know though. I mean, the guy was pitching pretty well. I mean, it's not like we gave up a great prospect. You know what I mean?
True.
I mean, the guy we gave up was, but I mean, he's just, I don't get it. I mean, I was really hoping we found something in this kid, and and maybe he can turn it around. But right now, I mean, he's totally going to the shitter, man. It's unreal.
Phillies only have 1 hit tonight. What's going on with that?
Well, Spencer Strider.
Strider. That's why. Yeah. Okay. My fault. I forgot about Spencer Strider.
No, but it's okay. But hey, real quick, I want to get back into these wild card races. But like I said, since it's on the brain, rookie of the year, I just want to do one quick update on the rookies of the year. National League Rookie of the Year, the leading candidate, Corbin Carroll, 279, 24 home runs, 70 RBIs. Honorable mention to Spencer Steer. hitting 269, 22 bombs, 82 RBIs. Honorable mention also to Matt McLean of the Reds, 290, 16 homers, 50 RBIs. And then in the American League, I think it's pretty safe to say Gunnar Henderson's the odds-on favorite in there. He's upped his average all the way to 261. He's got 27 homers and 79 RBIs.
That's my pick, Joe. That's my pick to win it. Yeah. Gunnar, yes.
And the Orioles are only 2 games behind Atlanta for best overall record right now. So the Orioles are right there. Yoshida of Boston hitting 285, 15 homers, 68 RBIs. That's kind of like the rookie of the year. That's kind of our little rookie of the year race. And this isn't.
So, Joe, real quick, Joe, but congratulations to your Orioles, man. Look at that. Your Orioles. Is this amazing? I can't get over it.
It is. I'm glad they made it. And hopefully they hold on and win that division. I'd like nothing more to see a Phillies-Orioles World Series, but the Phillies obviously winning it. In fact, wouldn't that be ironic? 40 years later, and it's a 40-year anniversary in 1983. Yeah,
1983. Yeah, that's true. Good point, Joe. Didn't think about that.
Wouldn't that be ironic? Another I-95 series, except two way nicer stadiums. I mean, I went to Memorial Park back in the day when I was a kid.
Right.
I saw the Oakleys there. I think it was like 89. It was right before Camden Yards came out. But now you'd have Camden Yards versus Citizens Bank Park. So not only would you have a great World Series matchup, but you'd have matchup of 2 great stadiums as well.
That actually would be. It would be fun to watch. No doubt about it.
And speaking of the Phillies, by the way, Kyle Schwarber is. I don't know if you saw this, but
I did.
He's having one of the most ironic seasons in Major League Baseball history. First off, he's only hitting 197, but he's 1 RBI away from being the 13th player ever to have 45 home runs, 100 RBIs, 120 walks, and 100 runs scored. There's 3 other Phillies that did those numbers, obviously with a higher average. But Mike Schmidt, Jim Thome, and I can't read what I wrote here. Mike Schmidt and Jim Thome. I can't read the last one. But
what was the ball he hit last night? Oh my God, that ball he hit was a bomb. That was a shot.
Oh, Ryan Howard. I'm sorry, Ryan Howard.
Okay.
Yeah, Schmidt, Thome, and Howard. I thought it was Howard, but my writing, dude. Note to self, man. Thank God for computers. Thank God for being able to type things in computers because my writing is terrible.
Sorry, Joe. Mine's not that great either. So
yeah. And I don't want to make this too Philly centric, obviously, because this is this isn't just a Philly show. But another amazing thing though, like how about the fact that like Trey Turner went his average has gone from 230. He's now hitting 270 with 26 homers, 75 RBIs. Him and Schwarber are like two huge reasons why the Phillies are in first place in that wild card.
Well, I think the pitching is the pitching's been good too lately. Wheeler's been hot. He's been pitching pretty well. Bullpen's been pretty good actually too. Not great, but it's been there. But they're winning games, and Harper's been hot. It's just Stott is doing his thing. They're just, I don't know. I still think they get the wild card spot, but I don't. I'm on the fence, Joe. I got to be honest. I'm on the fence because, like I said, the National League East is coming, and the Mets are coming, and I don't know. I just don't know.
Know what I say, Dave? Get a dog. Get a dog, bro. No, I'm just. No,
you're right, and I should. You're right. I should.
Listen, I'm just teasing you. No, I know. Listen, I agree, man. I'm a worrier too. I can't front, and I'm the kind of guy that I see things the way you do too. Hey, even though it seems improbable, teams have blown leads like that before. So I get it. I get it.
It's happened. Yeah, I get it. But no, I was as I was saying earlier, congratulations to your Orioles, which is great. And we know it looks like Milwaukee's going to take that division, the Central. That's pretty much theirs.
Yeah.
So right now, and gosh, the Dodgers too. I mean, but the question to me is, Joe, who's going to have the better record, Dodgers or the Braves?
I think the Braves. I think the Braves because I think it's funny because the Marlins swept the Braves, and then the Phillies kicked their ass last night, and it looks
Right.
like it looks like the Braves woke up tonight. I mean, Acuna literally first pitch took it out of the park.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
You know what I mean? So it was almost like. It. By the way, Acuna has a chance to be like the first guy ever to go 40 and 70.
You said that in the text. I I didn't know he was that close to 40. I knew he was at 30, like around 36, 37. I didn't know where he was.
I think he hit, I could be wrong. I think he hit number 39 tonight. Let me see if
Woo,
I see.
he's hot.
Yeah. I think I don't see it on my leaders here. Betts is number 5 with 39, but I think he hit 39. So
Okay, I knew he was at 37. 30. I wasn't sure exactly where he was.
yeah, so he's got a chance. Yeah, I think the Braves hold on to that 1 seed. Just for the simple fact that they're still 3 games up in the loss column, and the Braves. All right, to put it in perspective, the last 10 games, Dodgers 92 and 57. They're 7 in their last 10. Braves 96 and 54. They're 4 and 6 in their last 10. Well, the Dodgers have already made up 3 games over the course of 10 games. And even though the Dodgers are a good team, I can't imagine the level of play that the Braves have played at all year long. They're playing at a 640 winning clip. I can't imagine that all of a sudden they're going to find a way to piss away another 3 games. It just doesn't compute to me. You know what I mean?
I agree. I hear you.
I think they got their head on straight. They're going to get this number 1 seed. And tomorrow is a big game for Philadelphia. This game, 7-0. I mean, the Phillies need a touchdown. They need to throw to Devontae Smith to come back here.
Touchdown, extra point, Joe.
Exactly. Yeah. Go for 2 and go for the lead. But
who's pitching for the Phils tomorrow, Joe?
Aaron Nola, which doesn't. Aaron Nola and that. See, but you know what's funny though? Every time I feel like Aaron Nola's going to get shelled, he pitched good. Like I fully expect him to get the shit shelled out of him tomorrow, giving up home run after home run, and he probably pitches well tomorrow.
He probably will.
So.
Phil.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Wait, hang on a second. I got one here. Eileen C says, Mets Phillies on national TV Thursday. Yeah, that's a big game for Philadelphia.
Mets Phillies on that. Okay, I like that.
That's a huge game for us. Not so much for them.
What's that? An ESPN game?
I don't know, honestly.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it could be TBS, right? This doesn't TBS. Here we go.
Possibly. Here we go.
It's on Fox, but Channel 9 up here in New York since the Giants are on.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, up until the Giants came back on Sunday, New York fans would probably rather watch the Mets. The Giants were outscored 60-0 to start the season, but they had a hell of a comeback Sunday.
Yeah, your boy did it again, Joe.
It is amazing. I'll tell you, it is amazing. Every time he speaks, the opposite happens. What was that?
I saw his Facebook post the other day. I was watching. I'm like, that means the Giants are going to come back and win. You watch, and they did.
It goes even the fantasy. It's really a damn shame. First off, prayers to Nick Chubb. I feel really bad for that kid. Did you see that?
Yeah, Joe, I did. And Paul put a picture on it on our group chat yesterday or this morning, whatever it was. And Joe, I've never seen a knee go like that ever. I was like, wow. And I didn't even see the play, Joe. I got to be honest. I did not see the play live because I am not going to watch it because if I do, I'm going to get sick. I got to be honest.
Yeah, It's a damn shame, and I'm not, and believe me, I'm not, like I said, prayers to Nick Chubb, and I'm not trying to make light of this, but I just want to prove a point to you. John Lieb has Aaron Rodgers on his fantasy league and Nick Chubb on his fantasy league. So
wow.
not he was texting me last night. He's like, dude, I'm like the dark cloud of fantasy. I'm like, bro, you're like the dark cloud of like betting fantasy, like, but and you know what? And he in the league I'm in with him, he's got Jalen Hurts. I'm like, damn, thanks, dude. Now we're
You know what's funny? People were actually asking me today. They were like, "Good, David, do you have your fantasy?" I said, "I do not have either one of those two, so I'm good."
Yeah, Eileen C says, curse of Monday night, back-to-back big injuries. Yeah, it's a damn shame.
You know what, Eileen? You're right. This is the curse. That curse does come up a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, and Eagles play this Monday night. So, and Eagles play this Monday night. John Lieb has Hurts in one league and AJ Brown in another. And
that's messed up.
Defense, so a little nervous. A little nervous about that one,
Crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. But
But yeah,
I feel bad for Joe and Troy. I really do, because those twos have seen so much in the past year. That's 2 years. It's been crazy. The injuries they've seen. Oh my Lord.
I know, man. It's absolutely crazy, dude. It's really a shame. By the way, when I think of injuries, man, I think of my man, dude. Obviously Nick Chubb, that's a lot more serious than what we're thinking of.
Prayers to Nick Chubb, man. I hope he's okay. I really do. I hope.
Chubb, but if you out there get hurt on your job, say you get a motor vehicle accident, a slip and fall, workers' compensation, make sure you call Jason Fine, aka Attorney Big Al. He's got three office locations throughout Pennsylvania and New Jersey. One in Philadelphia, PA, one in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and one in Pittsburgh, PA. So make sure you check that out. And by the way, man, the Pittsburgh game ended pretty good last night, but I thought that Carolina Saints game was like boring. I thought that game was kind of boring.
It was boring. I was happy. I had the Saints defense, so I'm okay with that. So.
Yeah, well, when you're trying to watch some boring ass games like that friggin' Saints, and not really that impressed with Bryce Young so far, by the way, either. But it's early. He's
young. Give it time.
Really. Well, if you're bored as shit trying to watch, some sports here, obviously our show is baseball, but I'm talking about a shitty football game last night. Anyway, if you're bored as shit and you want to try to stay awake, make sure you check out this coffee. Monkey's Cold Coffee is the bomb. All right. Promo code OOTBS Sports at monkeycoldcoffee.com. So make sure you check them out. Got one more here. Atlanta Braves. I know you guys got some high hopes. Baltimore Orioles. You guys got some high hopes in the playoffs. What better way to commemorate a great season if you make a postseason run by getting the ultimate game day mug? You could use the promo code OOTBS Sports 20 at dugoutmugs.com. So if one of y'all, whoever wins, now I'm hoping it's Philadelphia. Obviously, Dave, we're hoping it's the Philadelphia Phillies. But any team out there that wins this, John, if you want to commemorate that, get one of these mugs. Here's all the shows on the Out of Box Sports Network. Like you see here, there's something for everybody here. All kinds of stuff. I know Thursday night we'll have the NFC East battle. NFC East, by the way, the only team that lost was the Giants, and they lost to another NFC East team. So NFC East is stacking up to be a really tough division, Dave.
Hey, 3 teams at 2-0, and Giants are 1-1. So that division is very tough right now. Yep.
Yeah. Got one more here. Saturday, any of your Notre Dame Fighting Irish fans out there, huge game versus Ohio State. So there's a Golden Dome podcast, 11 a.m. So we'll be doing a Notre Dame preview.
That's a big game coming up, Joe.
Really big game. And I got one more here. Any Philadelphia sports fan out there? Philly Sports Trips has great trips to each venue. Make sure you check them out. Or if you're just a sports fan, you want to take a trip. Shoot, they go all over the place. You could go to Tampa, LA, even if you want to even if you're from this area and you just want to get a weekend away,
Sure.
Check it out. And one more, Dave, you're going to like this one, okay?
Yes.
So Paul and I were just talking about this. Remember, I think I was telling you that the next old school we were doing was going to be the 90s Cowboys.
I remember you saying that. Yes, I do. Yes.
Okay, so in particular, their rivalry with the San Francisco 49ers from the 90s. Those great seasons.
Yep.
So we've decided to do it the week of October the 8th. I'm not sure probably before the game, but Dallas plays San Francisco that particular week, and there's a really good bet both teams can be undefeated at that point. So we're basically going to take a ride down memory lane and almost take a hot tub time machine back to the 90s with two incredible teams going back and forth, and we're going to relive the old days.
Joe, 1.21 gigawatts.
I know, right?
What the hell is a gigawatts?
You know what? Like I said, you know what's funny? I don't mean to keep digressing in the football, but it's on my brain. We'll get back to the baseball in a second, but just focusing on that old school, with Cowboys and
Niners
being so stacked. If you remember back in the 90s, it was Cowboys, Niners, and then you had Green Bay as kind of the third, and it was the three teams kind of.
That's true.
And I'm kind of in a weird way, I'm kind of seeing that San Francisco, Dallas, Philadelphia kind of being the team in NFC.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Absolutely. But like I said, Joe, take me back in time, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I hear you, man. But getting back to baseball, here. Ken Fry with an interesting point. And by the way, you could check him out on the Batcave. Is he going on tomorrow? I think he is.
I
right?
don't know what Ken's schedule is at this point. I'm not sure if he's on tomorrow or not. I want to say yes. I'm going to say yes, but I could be wrong. Don't quote that.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, I'm hoping he's recapping some Mets loss in this next week because the Phillies need to win these games. But anyway, he brings up a great. Yeah, he's going on tomorrow at 10 a.m. He just said yes.
I thought he was.
Right. So he's got a great point here. He says the Marlins had the worst record in baseball from the trade deadline to August 30th. But as soon as September came, they have the best record from August 31st through September 18th. So the Marlins,
wow.
Tell you what, the Marlins are that team.
Don't count the fish out, Joe. That's all I'm saying.
They're getting hot at the right time. And, I'm looking at our power. They're not in our power rankings here, but
no.
Tell you what, if they keep playing well and they sneak into the playoffs, there's a good bet that by this time next week they might be in this top 10.
This is true. So
so
didn't they just sweep the Braves in 3?
They did, yeah.
I thought they did.
Yeah, they're playing some great baseball, just like
I know the one game was like 16-2 or something crazy like that.
Yeah, I mean. The thing is, though, they were playing good ball before that. They're beating the Mets tonight. Marlins are up 3-1. So
3-1.
They're on the verge of being 79 and 73. So,
yeah,
I mean, 73 and the Phillies.
Don't count the fish out.
Well, the Phillies will still be 4 up on them because they're 5. All right, so that's good.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, I mean, they could still get They could still get in there. Ken Fry says lost to the Mets yesterday, beating them tonight. So yeah.
Got it. Yep.
So
Philly's got first and third with 1 out. So let's go. Or 2 outs. Sorry. But go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So let's break down these races here. All right. Let's start off. Let's kind of work. Usually we go east to west. Let's work backwards. We'll work west to east here. So
works for me.
It's that whole east. It's that whole.
Are we going National League, or American League?
American League West. And,
okay.
It's kind of like the what was that? What was that back from the 90s? East Coast West Coast battle. We're starting with Dr. Dre, Suge Knight, and them cats. You know what I mean? We'll work our way over to Biggie. You know what I'm saying?
What was it? Was it Tupac West Coast too?
Bryce Harper just hit a 3-run shot.
There you go.
Can I do it again? Remember every single time the Phillies lose?
Every time. Yep. Every time you say that. Yep.
All All right, there's a method to my madness. I'm going to keep doing it and hoping it works.
Stay hot, Joe. Stay hot.
All right, so AL West here. You got the Astros, 84-67, only 4-6 in their last 10. It's funny. They're totally going against my theory. The last couple of weeks, I said the Astros were going to show their championship medal and put their big balls on the table. And 6 in their last 10, they're really not playing that well.
No, but then again, they are only a game and a half up on the Rangers. So
and Mariners and Mariners,
and Mariners. So Mariners. I was just going to say and Mariners. Yeah.
So we got a 3-horse race here. Mariners 82-68, Rangers 82-68, both a game and a half out. The only difference is the Rangers are 6-4 in their last 10, and the Mariners are 3-7. Astros were 4-6. Angels suck balls. They're 68-82. Ohtani just got surgery today.
I saw that he was going to be. They said he'll be ready for next year.
And the Athletics are hideous, 46-104. So,
well, Joe, I'm sticking to my pick, man. I'm still sticking with the Rangers. I'm not giving up on them. I think they win West.
And I'm sticking with the Astros. I say I say they get their shit right. I say the Astros go. So
okay.
Right, that's where I'm going with.
That'll be fun to see what happens at the end. I can't wait. I'm excited.
All right. So then we got. We started off in the West now. All right, now we're moving to
Central.
The Central. Yeah, and to stick with my theory on the East Coast, West Coast, John. Well, let's go to the Central. Well, the Central Chicago. Well, that's Kanye West territory, right? So now we're in Kanye West territory.
Yep.
This division blows. I don't want to spend too much time on this. The Twins.
Nope.
The Twins at 70. I mean, I think it's a fucking disgrace that the Minnesota Twins at 79-72 and 5-5 in their last 10. They literally can chill the last 2 weeks of the season because they got a 7-game lead. Because the rest of the division fucks ass.
Well, Cleveland's right behind them. I don't see Cleveland catching them, so I think it's pretty much theirs. It's theirs. They're going to win it. Yeah.
So just to break down the shitty ass division, Twins 79-72.
But Joe, it's your favorite division. Come on,
it's a disgrace. I'm sorry. I mean, if it's bullshit. It's like again to touch off my Snoop Dogg, John, man. The Twins. They're you ever hear that song? Everybody's got a cup, but they don't chip in. Or everybody wants a cup, but they don't chip in.
Yep, I have.
Minnesota's got the cup because they're going to make the playoffs for this bullshit division, but they didn't chip in. The team, they didn't chip in, bro.
I hear you.
All right, so Guardians 72-79, Tigers 70-80, 8.5 out. White Sox 58-93, hideous.
Yep.
And the
Royals.
They gotta drink Monkey's cold coffee and blast Kanye just to get through a game. They blow.
Joe, the Royals 49-102. Oh, wow.
Terrible. George.
Wow.
Yeah, George Brett's crying in his beer.
49-102, Joe. That's amazing.
Yeah, bring back Dan Quisenberry.
20-55 on the road, Joe. Yeah, that's crazy.
Where's the side armors? Where's Dan Quisenberry when you need him?
I don't know. Yeah, kid.
Yeah, here's
Eileen.
But by the way, this is pretty ironic. I was wrong earlier. I thought Acuna hit his 39th. He actually only hit his 38th.
I thought it was on 37th. I was on the right track there.
Yeah, but he just hit his 39th.
Oh, did he hit another one? Oh,
he just hit one like 410 feet to center. So I was wrong, but now I'm right. He's got 39.
There you go. See, Joe. See, did it again.
Yeah, one more. See, well, you know what? God, basically, God was like, yeah, you know what? No, this dude was wrong. No, he really does have 39. There you go.
What was that? A comment from Eileen with Ohtani?
Oh yeah, she said Ohtani. They said only hitting in 2024, won't pitch till 2025. Well, that makes sense.
Wow. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
All right. So we are done. We are done with that bullshit ass division. Wait, hang on. I just lost something here. So now we're going to go to another real division, AL
Yes.
East. There's actually a divisional race. Baltimore Orioles, 2.5 up on Tampa. So we got Baltimore 94-56. They're 5-5 in their last 10. Tampa right behind them. They're nipping at their heels, 92-59, 2.5 out. By the way, did you see Tampa's getting a new stadium in 2020?
I heard that. I heard about it. I don't know. I didn't hear much on it, but I did hear they were getting a new stadium.
Yeah, the designs look really cool. It looks like it's like a retractable roof or something like that. And
Nice.
Which obviously you need that shit in Florida with all the rain. I mean, it could be sunny, and next thing you know, there's like a friggin' monsoon.
Well, it rains every day at 3:30 in Florida, so you never know.
Toronto Blue Jays in third place. They're done with the division, but 83-67. They're actually leading the wild card right now. The Blue. Not leading. I'm sorry. They're second place behind Tampa in the wild card.
They're in second. Yes. Yep.
Yeah, they're leading the. Really nip and tuck in the American League wild card. I mean, you basically got 4 teams within one game competing for 3 spots.
You got Toronto, Texas, and Seattle. Texas.
I should say 3 teams competing for 2 spots.
That's correct. 3 for 2 spots. Yep.
Because one of them teams is going to win the West. So
this is true. I still say it's Texas.
Yeah. Then you got the Yankees 76-74. Now the Yankees probably. I mean, it would take a miracle. I think they play the Blue Jays 6 times in the next week. Like if by some miracle the Yankees could beat the Blue Jays every single time and then get a shit ton of luck, but I'm not banking on that. So
wait a minute. Kudos to the Yankees, Joe. They are 6-4 in their last 10 games. So.
Yeah, but I'm talking about they'd have to win like every game. You know
no, I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that. No.
Yeah, but interestingly enough, though, there's a race to 82 for the Yankees because they've had 30 consecutive winning seasons, and this would be 31. I believe they're third place all time. I forget who the first 2 are, but third place all time for consecutive winning seasons.
Joe, I'm looking at this division. I'm looking at this East Division, the American League, and it's amazing to me that the Red Sox, I mean, they're only one game under 500, but that whole division could finish over 500, Joe.
Yeah, and when was the last time that happened?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know when was it. I couldn't tell you. No idea. I just think it's amazing how that could happen, though.
You know what's funny? I don't know if it happened last year, but it almost did because that division's just so tough.
It is tough. It's one of the best divisions in baseball.
Yeah, so Red Sox 75-76, 3-7 in their last 10. They're leaking oil. You know what's funny? Boy, the Red Sox are completely mediocre. If you look at them, 38-38 at home, 37-38 away.
Yep. They're 500. They're 500 ball clubs, Joe.
You know, that's really surprising to me. Even when the Red Sox have stunk, they've always had a winning record at the Green Monster. Like I'm surprised that they're not. You know what I mean? Like the Red Sox always play well above 500 at Fenway Park. I'm really shocked at that.
Normally they do. Yep.
You know?
Yep. They're just. We've been saying that all year about the Red Sox. They're a 500 ball club. We've been saying that the whole time. I mean, and that's what they've been. I mean, think about it. They've been in that spot for all last 2 months, 3 months.
It's crazy, man.
I know. It's crazy.
All right, so by the way, Orioles are beating the Astros in Houston 5-3 right now.
Doesn't surprise me.
And the Orioles had a huge comeback, and Rays are. Well, they have to be. Rays are beating Anaheim 6-2 in Tampa.
What's Texas doing, Joe?
Let's see what Texas is doing. Texas Rangers. Yeah, because that's big for you. Because if they could get more help from the Orioles, Texas could be right there.
Texas down 3-1, bottom 4 to the Red Sox.
Boy, that's unbelievable. You got to you got to capitalize on these opportunities. I mean, it seems like no one wants to win that AL West.
I'm telling you, it's right there for those 2 teams. Yep.
I was talking about the Astros having big boulders as balls. They got pebbles right now.
Maybe they need some monkey cold coffee, Joe.
Maybe they do. So all right, so let's be so by this time, this time next week the season will still be going on, but who's going to win this AL East?
The AL East. That's a great question. Like I said, I'm going with Tampa. I'm sorry. Did I say Tampa? I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm going with Tampa.
Well, I'll tell you, based on the schedule, I mean, right? I mean, you got to figure Tampa's playing Anaheim and Baltimore's playing the Astros.
I would love to. I'll put it this way: I would love to see Baltimore win it. I really would, but I still think Tampa's going to pull it off.
Okay, all right. So that's the AL East winner. We already did the AL West. How about AL wildcard teams? Out of all right. So basically, you said Texas wins the West. So
yep.
That would be Toronto, Seattle, or Houston. One of those teams don't. Who were the three that make it? Who's
I think Seattle. I love my Mariners. I got to go. You know what? I'm going to say Seattle gets in. I think Toronto just may not. I don't know, Joe. I mean, it's a tough call.
Okay, so I'm going Houston wins the West, and
okay.
I think Toronto misses it too, and I think the reason Toronto misses it is because of the Yankees.
I think so. I'll say Toronto, and I'll say no. I'm sorry. I'll say Seattle, Houston, and Texas wins the West. Is that right?
Okay. Well, I was gonna say we're basically going with the same thing. I'm saying Toronto misses the playoffs as well. The only difference between us two is I have Houston winning division. You have the Rangers, but
gotcha.
I have the Yankees putting the Yankees playing spoiler to get over 500 and putting the nail in Toronto's coffin.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I think that happens too.
I don't think the Yankees want to see Toronto celebrate making the playoffs. Why they don't? So I think the Yankees come out and they play really hard and they take them out.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So all right, so let's get.
I still think Seattle. Like I'm going with my Mariners, Joe. I think my Mariners do get in. Something's telling me they're getting in. Yeah.
All right, so let's go to this National League. East is already decided. I think we both did you say you think the Braves hold on the number 1 seed?
Well, as of right now, yes, they do. But I asked you the question. I said, who do you think is going to hold on to the number 1 seed, Braves or Dodgers?
All right, I'm going Braves.
Okay.
So
I'll stick to Atlanta too. I think Atlanta stays number 1.
All right, so NL East is already decided, but I'll just go down the standings anyway.
Right.
Braves are about to be 97-54. They were only 4-6 in their last 10.
Every time you do that, the Phillies come back.
Yeah, but now it's 9-3. It was 7-3. Now it's 9. Phillies.
It's 9-3. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Phillies 82-68, 5-5 in their last 10. They're about to be 82-69. First place in the wild card though, up by four.
4 games.
Marlins 78-73. They got the lead right now. They could be 79-73.
They're up. What are they up? 3-1 on the Mets.
They were, yeah. I don't know what they were now, but they were.
Gotcha.
Mets 70-80. 6-4 in their last 10, which makes me a little nervous because
see. That's what I'm saying, Joe. Because Philly's got to play the Mets.
They would like nothing
better
than the our balls.
Yes, they would.
What's the saying? Misery loves company.
That's right. Right. Misery loves company.
Washington Nationals 66-85, only 3-7 in their last 10, and it looks like Adam Popple's going to be wrong on that one. It looks like the Nationals are
right. What was it, about a month ago? He said something to the fact that who would have the worst record, the Mets or the Nationals?
Yeah, the Nationals were playing good, but them and the Mets have kind of flipped. The Mets were playing like shit. Nationals were playing decent. Now the Nationals are kind of
and I said the Mets would have a better record. I still believe that.
Yeah. So NL Central, you got the Brewers pretty much are going to win this division. They're 83, 86.
I have the Brew Crew winning too. I do.
6-4 in their last 10, and they've really made some hay with the Cubs because the Cubs have gone in the shitter. The Cubs 78 and 72. They're 6 games out. They're only 2-8 in their last 10 though.
Yep.
So that's really hurting them because they
keep sinking to that wild card spot, Joe. I mean, they were number 2 behind the Phils,
right?
And now they're number 3 behind the Phils.
Well, and they've allowed the Cincinnati Reds to catch them because the Reds are 7. I mean, the Reds are right there. The Reds are 79 and 73. The Reds are 6-4 in their last 10. So the Reds have made up 4 games on the Cubs in the last 10.
Yeah, Cincinnati. That's the dark horse we keep forgetting about, the Cincinnati Reds. Yeah.
The Reds are going to come in the spring training next year as like that scary team that everybody's looking to take that step up.
Yep, I agree.
Kind of depends on what they do in the offseason, if they can add some more pitching. Pirates 70 and 80, 5-5 in their last 10.
Same record as the Mets, Joe.
Yeah, they blow, and a lot less payroll too.
They blow. Well, they lost McCutcheon too. That was a big loss for them a few weeks ago.
Cardinals are also hideous, 67 and 83. 6-4 in their last 10 though. So
they did take one against they lost every game against the Phils except the last game of that series.
Yeah, every squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. You know what I'm saying?
This is true.
Baseball heaven's going to baseball hell. You know what I mean? There ain't no shiny day. There ain't no shiny days in St. Louis.
Joe, are you shocked that this team is in last place in the Central, Joe?
Extremely. Although I will give props. Tim Wainwright. Tim Wainwright became. Let me see. I wrote this down somewhere. If I could read it. Shit, I can't read my writing. I think he became like the 20. Yeah, I know what it was. I think he became like the 22nd pitcher or something like that to win 200.
I think you meant Adam Wainwright, right? Yeah.
Who did I say? Tim Wainwright?
You said Tim. I don't know who he is.
There was a Tim. Wasn't there a Tim Wainwright though too? Maybe he was an NBA player.
There could have been. I don't know, but I know Adam Wainwright has 200 wins. Yeah,
all right, Adam Wainwright. Yeah, maybe. Tim Wainwright probably has like 1 win, or maybe 0. You know what I mean? I
don't know how many wins Tim has. I have no idea.
Yeah, who knows?
Tim could have 201 for all I know.
Maybe Tim Wainwright has win. Maybe Tim Wainwright has a lot of wins, like selling insurance. Maybe he's like the Pat Mahomes commercial. No, not the Pat Mahomes. What was the commercial? Chris Paul and his brother.
I don't know.
There was like a State Farm commercial where Chris Paul was selling insurance, or Chris Paul.
Chris Paul, right. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
And then his brother sells insurance. That's Adam Wainwright, and that's Tim Wainwright's the insurance salesman.
Oh well, hey, I don't know. I mean, maybe Tim's selling monkey cold coffee. I don't know, Joe. I don't know. Maybe.
Sounds right to me. I mean, hey, yo, man. Times are tough. You got to sell something. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man. Adam gets his 200th win, and Tim's selling monkey cold coffee. There you go.
Hey, man. I went to the grocery store today, and I barely got anything. And I looked. I'm like, damn, I didn't get shit. And then I was like, so people be selling whatever they have to sell. You know what I mean?
Hey, whatever works. I saw a guy today selling T-shirts on the sidewalk of the Pink concert, and who was it? The other concert at the Wells Fargo Center. Who was it? I can't think of his name now. It'll come to me. But when it comes to me, I'll let you know. But I forget. It was he had one side, he had one Pink, and the other side he had the other. I was like, dude, what did you make that up in like 5 minutes? Come on, man. You're crazy.
You sure that wasn't? Maybe his name was Tim Wainwright.
It could have been Tim Wainwright for all I know. It could have been. Yeah. It could have been. Right.
All right, so let's get to the West. All right, West is 92 and 57 Dodgers, 7-3 in their last 10. Dodgers are hot at the right time.
Yep.
Kicking everybody's ass.
The West Coast champs, Joe.
Yeah, they took over the West Coast, man. They're crushing it, man. You know what I mean? They're like the
crushing it.
They're like the Dr. Dre song. Remember that, John? They said, they forgot about Trey. You know what I'm saying? Well, the Dodgers,
yes, sir.
The Dodgers are like, yo, don't forget about us, man. You know, we got Mookie Betts up in here. We got Freddie Freeman. You know, we still got a lot of talent up in this.
Yes, sir.
So they got that Division 1, 3 games behind Atlanta for number 1 seed. 1 game behind. Let me say. Yeah, one loss behind Baltimore for number 2 overall, which would play in the World Series. So that's a thought too. If Dodgers owes World Series, that's a factor.
Actually, Joe, I just thought of that. The group that played Wells Fargo. Greta Van Fleet is at Wells Fargo tonight, Joe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're playing at Wells Fargo, and Pink's playing up at Citizens Bank Park tonight. And I saw a guy that had the T-shirt. He had both groups on a T-shirt.
No disrespect to Greta Van. What is it? Greta Van Fleet.
Greta Van Fleet. Yep.
Who's that?
They're actually a band like Led Zeppelin. They're kind of like a Led Zeppelin group.
Oh, cool. So they might be good, but I mean. Listen, not dissing them. They could be extremely talented people, but I'll tell you what, man, you'd have to be a diehard fan to fight Pink Traffic to go watch them tonight.
That is correct. Dude, Pink Traffic is going to be ridiculous because I know that concert's going to end until like 11:30, 12 o'clock.
Yeah, so, I was going to say, no disrespect to whoever they are, Greta Van Fleet, or what is it, Van Fleet?
Greta Van Fleet.
Oh, okay. That's like me trying to say Fred Van Vliet in basketball. Well, anyway, no disrespect to them, but if I'm fighting all that traffic, I'm going to see Pink, or I ain't dealing with all that bullshit. That's like a cluster trying to get out of there.
Good luck. Well, unfortunately, yeah. I have to do it, Joe. So it's one of those things, Yeah,
like Ivan Drago said in Rocky. Good luck. So anyway.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Y'all hard there, buddy.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I feel bad for you, bro. I do. All right, so let's get these standings done so we could get you some chill time before you got to go you got to white knuckling it with all that traffic down there. All right, and make sure you drink your Monkey's Call coffee, by the way.
Maybe I'll find Tim Wade. Maybe I'll find Tim on the street and talk to him for a while.
Exactly. All right, cool. Yeah, give him some of that because he's out there working hard selling them shirts, man.
That's for sure.
Yeah,
Tim Wainwright, get his job done, Joe.
What kind of brother's Adam? I mean, Christ, man, you make millions of dollars. Yeah, why you got your brother out there selling shirts, dude? You know what I mean, hook your brother up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, brother.
All right, so
where are we?
Diamondbacks 79-72, right in the thick of things in the wild card. Giants 76-74, huge, like as you touched on earlier, huge series with the Diamondbacks this week. Total big must-win series for the Giants because if the Diamondbacks take them out, Gabe Kapler's going to need a lot more than coconut oil to get his team through this year.
Did you see the other night what happened to the Giants game in Colorado?
No idea. You could have told me that somebody smoked a big fatty and hopped the friggin' stands. I have no clue.
Joe, the Giants had a 9-0 lead against the Rockies. Okay. Right. And the Rockies came back. It was 11-5 Giants. Then it went 11-7, and the Giants ended up winning, Joe, 11-10 in the bottom of the ninth inning.
That's crazy. You know what's funny? No one in Colorado probably even saw the game because everybody's too busy watching Colorado and Deion Sanders.
Exactly. And it was I'm watching this game. Like I was literally watching it on my phone, and I thought that the Giants were going to blow it. I really did. Blackman came up and hit a shot to right, and that was the game was over. And they ended up winning 11-10. Is that crazy? Oh my Lord.
Yeah, that's nuts, man.
They were up 9-0, Joe. 9-0. They were winning 9-0 and won 11-10. That's crazy.
Yeah, you were thinking they were handing out knee pads to the freaking bullpen guy. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, dude,
yep.
Seriously. Yep. All right, so then we got Padres 73 and 78. They're up there in the disappointing club of Yankees and Cardinals. I mean, there's
I'm so upset with the Padres, Joe. I really am. I expected big things from them this year. I really did. I thought with Machado, Tatis, I thought they had. I mean, and their pitching was, I thought, really good this year.
Soto, Yu Darvish, Blake Snell.
Darvish, you would think this team would be legit, but not the case.
They got that dude Musgrove too. He's pretty good.
Yeah, they do. And you know I'm a Machado guy, Joe. You know I love Manny. I'm a big Manny fan. But
I don't know what the hell happened to them.
I don't know. They're not even in the playoffs. They're nowhere. I can't get over it, Joe. There's like two teams in the National League that I'm really surprised with. The Padres being one and the Cardinals being the other.
Well, and really the Mets too. 3, if you think about it. I mean,
the Mets. This is correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of knew when Diaz went down. I was like, man, that was a tough loss for them. It really was.
That's true. They did lose a lot of games early in the season because of their bullpen, which really changed the complexion of their season. Because if you really look back on it, say they win a good portion of those games, instead of being, you know what, I'll go there. Instead of being 70 and 80, if they win a good portion of those games, maybe they have 78, 79 wins, and they don't trade Scherzer and Verlander, and they're fighting that wild card. That's a possibility. I mean, I
totally agree with that, Joe. I really do, because their hitting was good. I mean, Alvarez is good. Their shortstop is I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Help me out here. Lindor. Yeah. Pete, of course. And Marte. Well, they lost Marte too. That was a loss too. And losing him, Yeah. I mean, it's just. And I know my man, the Bad Fry, is a big Mets fan. I get it. But I kind of figure I had the Mets in the top, at least top 2 in the division. I didn't, them and the Braves. And I mean, top 3 with them, Braves and the Phillies, of course.
I got you. But we all did.
But my point, I just can't, and I like Buck. I'm a Buck guy. I liked him with Baltimore. I thought he was good down there. I mean, he did what he could, what he had, So,
I hear you.
I mean, and you can't blame Buck for that. That's not Buck's fault. It's not.
No. Baseball managers can only do so much. I mean, what the hell are you supposed to do? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If I'm managing a baseball team I think Joe Torre was a good manager, but let's keep it real. He goes to the 9th inning. He goes, "Hey, Mariano, go in there and get me an out." You know what I mean? Huge difference between going to Mariano and going to Joe Schmo.
Well,
that's
true.
That's gonna make a big difference. You know what I'm saying?
I totally agree, Joe. Totally agree.
Last place team in the West is the Colorado Rockies. 50,
and they're still playing well. I mean, I'm not saying they're playing well, but they're not quitting. I like the fact that they're fighting on. I mean, they're playing games. They're staying in them.
Yeah. 1 more minute. They're playing just well enough to lose. All right, so real quick, let's wrap this up here before we get out of here. All right, I want your prediction for the National League wildcard teams.
Okay.
All right. First, all right. Well, real quick, do the Phillies hold on to the number 1 spot?
Yes.
Okay, I agree.
I'm going to go. Okay, I'm going to put it. I'm going to say it right now. Phillies, Diamondbacks, Giants.
Wow, the Giants. Okay, you're buying into the Gabe. You're all coconut oiled up. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going Phillies 1, Arizona 2, and damn, the Cubs are leaking oil, man. You know what? I'm going to go Chicago. Chicago's been leaking oil, but I think they. Oh no, I'm sorry. Dude. The Marlins. My bad.
Right. Wait, I'm on the fence between the Marlins and the Giants right now. That's where I am.
My bad. I'm going Phillies, D-backs, or I'm sorry, Diamondbacks, not D-backs.
Same thing.
I'll call them D-backs if they beat us. All right, so
Okay.
Phillies, Diamondbacks, Marlins. And I'll tell you what, even though I'm high on the Brewers, it wouldn't shock me in the least bit if if Florida went to Milwaukee and took them out.
I wouldn't be surprised either. To be honest with you.
In fact, yeah, I could see that.
I'm not counting Gabe out yet. I still think he's got. It's either going to be Giants or it's going to be the Marlins, one or the other. I'm on the fence either two. If I'll go 60-40 or 70-30 Giants. I'll go 60-40 Marlins. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, hey, I can't argue with you. I mean, hey, your opinion's just as good as anybody else's. You know what I mean? I mean, the Giants get in there. My only thing with the Giants is, I mean, you're right. They're right there, but it's like they have to overtake. You know,
I think if they take 2 out of 3 from Arizona in this series,
then they're right there.
Then they're right there. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, you know what, I see that. Yeah, I mean, that could certainly happen, Dave. So I mean, well, a lot of it'll come down to this series, obviously, because
I think so. The series is huge. It's absolutely huge.
Yeah, it's definitely.
But we'll see.
It's definitely huge. And all right, so we'll be back next week. Next week will be the final week, and then after that, we'll have to discuss on when we're going to do this show because let's be honest. I mean,
playoffs are ahead, Joe.
I was going to say we're baseball fans too, so I mean we're not going to be wanting to do this show when we're trying to actually watch the games. You know what I mean?
It's true. Yeah, it's going to be tough to do.
So we'll come up with a time to go over this stuff and. But yeah, man, have a great week, Dave. Be careful driving tonight.
Appreciate it, Joe. Gonna need it.
All right, and good luck to anybody in fantasy baseball. You're probably in the finals, I guess, or whatever. I guess.
Yeah, getting there. Yeah,
just about getting there.
Mm-hmm.
And good luck to everybody but the Florida Marlins, the Chicago Cubs, the Cincinnati Reds, the Diamondbacks, the Giants. Basically, anybody that's competing with the Phillies, no offense, but y'all can go F yourselves. Take some L's. And, this time next week, I want that number 1 seed. And by the way, screw you too, Tampa Bay, because I want the Orioles to win the East. So screw you, Tampa Bay. And even though I picked Houston, I'm still mad at y'all for beating us in the World Series. So you know what, Dave?
That's why I was surprised you picked Houston.
I hope that you're right. Screw Houston. Here we go. Eileen right here. Screw everybody but the Phillies. LOL. That's true. and the Orioles. I want to see Philly. I want to see Phillies.
Joe wants a Phillies Orioles World Series. That's what Joe wants.
For total sums, but I need the Phillies to win because I can't rock no Orioles gear if the Phillies lose to them. Because number 1, I'll be salty as hell. And B, that ain't going to go too well with all my fellow Phillies fans if I'm rocking Orioles shit. You know what I'm saying?
This is true. This is
a rematch of 83, and let the Phillies win that, John.
Hey, anything could happen, Joe. We're a few weeks away.
That's right. Miracles can happen, right?
That's true. Yeah.
So, all right, Dave. Well, look. Have a good week. I'll see you next week. And
you too.
Good luck, everybody. Talk to you later.